Hey everybody, welcome back to another Brawl Stars video. So we got some pro gameplay for you guys today. It's from the Blast tournament that was held last weekend. There's some really good players in it. There's players like Bobby, OG, pretty much every single NA pro is in it. The format of the tournament was kind of like a streamer tournament where there was like 8 streamers and like 16 pro players and kind of like a draft. I ended up drafting Felly and Usain, and we had a pretty good tournament run. There was a winner's bracket and loser's bracket, and we made it all the way into the winner's bracket until the finals. Then we lost the first set. However, we did have a second chance since we never lost. So that's the gameplay here for you guys today. And yeah, let's just jump on into it. The format is also a best of 9, so this is what this series is. So the first team to win 5 games takes it all. And you see we decided to go with Bo, Spike, and BB. That's because we knew that like they could possibly run Barley, and BB's really against Barley, so we predicted that right. However, the Carl is pretty much good against everything we have. But you see me, I'm doing a pretty good job holding down the mid as Bo. I don't really play mid in SNG, however, I'm starting to with like my new teammates, Keith and Czar, and like competitive. So you'll probably see me playing mid a lot more, and I actually kind of like it because I wasn't the best SNG player before, but playing mid, it's not like as intensive. You just kind of like sit back and just like hold control while your lanes win. So I think I like feel better on it now. You see this game's pretty much wrapped up. I think Felly played really good this game. He had a lot of key kills, and I have 10 gems. So you see the countdown, and you have control. So like we pretty much know. I do kind of get pinched back here, but like even if I die, you'll see I stand when people spawn. If you have all the gems in SNG and this countdown's going down, you want to stand right where I am because that's where your teammates will respawn and pick them up. You see Usain spawn with immunity, and there's pretty much nothing they can do about it. Usain almost gets clipped by a mine there, but he ends up going back, which is this good play by him. And you see crying, his mines didn't stun me right there. I don't really know why he didn't run the stun star power because it's obviously better for this map. The vision's not really needed, but I don't know if it would have made a difference since no one really got hit by mines, but he ended up taking the dub there. So that's the first game of the best of 9 series. Alright, so hopping in the second game here. It was on Pinball Dreams. See, we ended up going Brock mid, BB, and Spike lanes, and they did too. I think that's really the best comp here. They were bans too. I think the Brawlers banned were Piper and Jean. Crying Man's like a Piper one trick now, and I kind of been playing Jean a lot. And they don't really have like a good Jean on their team, like Keith, Crying, and Tyrant. They never really played Jean, so I think that's why they banned it. I mean, it was a good ban by them, but I would like to play Jean. You see, Usain is kind of taken out there, and you kind of have control of the map. And at this point, like, we kind of knew they were going to score. We're just trying to hold off everything we have. He's saying it's a good kill on Keith, and that kind of breaks the control they have. Like, Curveball Spike is really good, especially now on, like, maps like these, which is kind of control-based. And there's not really much you can run against a Spike. Like, Barley is Spike's biggest counter. However, since BB's so good, people are usually afraid to run Barley since BB's kind of like a hard counter to it with the speed. It's hard to like hit shots. Even if you do hit a shot, you won't like consistently get like the double tick. So Felly's doing a good job keeping Tyrant back. And Usain missed the swing there. Usain's like kind of being really aggressive, and it would have worked out if he like didn't get clapped by Tyrant there, but he did. You see Felly goes on 2, so it's just me on 3, and I can't really do anything. They auto me down, and that's the first goal. I think Brawl Ball is our strongest mode as a team, and I don't know, like Tourney he doesn't really play Brawl Ball as much. He's more like an SNG control player. So us like not winning Brawl Ball kind of hurt us, I think. And we do almost score here, I think, but yeah, I get taken out. I was probably a little too aggressive, a little too soon. I probably should just wait for Keith to whip those 2 shots and then go around the corner, but I kind of jumped the gun around the corner and got taken out. It was my bad there. See, I'm tapping Tyrant there. And at this point, like, with there's only like 20 seconds left, you're down by a goal of Brawl Ball, you kind of have to start making aggressive plays. So you see like all 3 of us kind of like run up and take some damage. We're just trying to get out there as soon as possible. Usain is a nice hit on Tyrant there. And now we're moving up. I try to ult Crying in them there, but I kind of miss. We're doing that much of a difference. You see me and Usain just kind of wait for an opening. And we honestly probably could have scored here, but you see Usain throws to the left there. If you just like wait a second and threw to the right, or just like walked in and he would have scored. It's kind of like a bad play by him there. Alright, so hopping into the third game in the best of 9 series. So just hitting star. You see we're running pretty similar comps. That's because Piper and Gene are banned. And obviously those two routes are pretty popular in this map because it's so long range. So we do have to bring out the Penny and the Tick, which is kind of like a risky play because you can run a Mortis. However, the other team didn't really play Mortis that much. You see me, I make a pretty good play, and Tyrant kind of like fed me super there. He kind of like walked up to spinning because we know, and like now like I'm pretty close to Penny turret and they aren't. You see Tyrant standing still up there. I don't really know what happened, but no one really noticed it until now. So like, it really didn't make that much of a difference in this game. And Tyrant knows I'm close to turret. He's trying to like hold me back, and Crying does a good job, takes out Felly. However, we're still up 6-3 since that play at the beginning. Felly takes out Tyrant. However, Felly's taken out too, so it's 9-5. Hussein kind of wastes his tick head there. You don't really want to place your tick head in a spot like that. However, I get Penny turret, I put it right there, and now like my lane's pretty much just won. When it's like a Penny lane on lane, like first person to get the turret will like win the matchup, because like you see he can't really do anything. Between the tick and the fire, he's kind of trapped between a spot, and he'll eventually get hit like he does there. And every time he gets hit, it just charges up my turret again. So my lane's just won. I can just sit behind this wall and let my turret do all the work for me. My team just has to like not die a lot, and we'll win this game. See, Crying takes control of Felly again. I think Crying played pretty well this game. However, Usain also played pretty well. I think he's kind of winning his matchup versus Keith. Usain is taken out by Crying there, so now we're only up by 2. You see Felly almost got taken out there, but he's somehow still alive. Don't really know how. But Usain takes out Crying, and then Usain also takes out Keith. So he managed to close that game out. It's a pretty close game, but we managed to pull it out. Alright, so the fourth map of the best of 9 was Bone Tunnel. It's just called Hot Potato now, but I still call it Bone Tunnel. You see, we decided to go with Barley, Rico, and Bull, and they kind of almost win the same comp. They didn't go with Rico for some reason. I think Rico's the best mid here for sure. He's good against tanks, and tanks are pretty popular. And throwers, they don't really like. They're pretty good for like holding control versus Rico, but like against tanks, you can't really do much. So he managed to take out Keith there. I'm just trying to stay alive from Crying. I managed to hold off as long as I could, but he eventually took me out. And like in those situations, like where like, you're gonna die, you just want to stay alive as long as possible and just stall. Because if you stall, maybe like your teammate will hit a shot on them. You see, I just charge up here because there wasn't really anyone back there except for the Barley. And if I just charge in, that just gives my team control. Like they have to come back and get me, and it's like lets Usain walk up and chip it. So we got a nice 40% there. Billy does a nice job. He gets Crying for a few shots there, and they have to go back and get him because Barley will take out your safe 100%. Barley does lots of damage, especially if you have that new star power on, where you're doing like over 1,000 per tick. Usain does a really good job here. He takes out both tanks, and now we're just moving up the map. Their safe is pretty weak at this point. Like we can one push this for sure, so we get 37%. See, I charge again, no one's back there. I came through the grass. I just charge in, I tap it 3 times, and now it's like 18%. Like at this point, like they can't really do anything. They have to come back and get me, and my team's following up. That's gonna be a GG for us, and we'll go up 3-1 in the series. Alright, so hopping into this match here, we have a Carl, BB, and Barley comp. I honestly think the Carl was a bad pick. We definitely should have played a tank. This Carl kind of gets dumped on by BB and a tank. You see, Tyrant makes a good play. I thought Usain was going to win the 1v1, but Tyrant's really good BB, Usain's really good BB. They're probably the 2 best BBs in the game. It's kind of unfortunate that Usain didn't win that. So at this point, like they obviously got this bot, like it's 4-0, so we're not really feeling too good about this game. We obviously get out-comped. I just go for the kill on Crying there. Tyrant comes and tries to hit me off. I think he missed or something. Maybe he didn't have his charge series up, but I managed to go away. And so now at this point, they kind of had a pretty good first push against us. Trying to hold it off as long as possible. They obviously have control here. And yeah, like Usain gets taken out there. Like this, like we didn't really think we were gonna win this game at this point. Like they pretty much dominated this whole game. Like we do get a few bullets, but like we only have 1 bullet, and like the second C's about to come, and we were already down like 40%. and so in their comp isn't the best for offense or defense, but it's pretty good for getting bullets, like the Poco. Sorry about the volume notification, but the Poco, he can't really do damage to the Ike, but he can just heal up his teammates. I see me sitting on the wall there, I throw a pickaxe out the wrong way, so like I couldn't do as much damage. If you're playing Carl and Siege on defense, you can kind of throw your pickaxe up against the wall and do lots of damage pretty quickly. However, if like the enemy team is right there, they'll sometimes like hit you off and you'll just die right away. So I really wouldn't do that unless like the enemy team's far away. And I got the bullet lead still, so like I just said earlier, like we pretty much lost this game. I don't think it's even possible for us to come back at this point. I just see it's 8-3, so that's pretty much gonna wrap up this game. There's really much else to say. It's pretty much just like an out comp difference, and I think Tyrant outplayed you on the BB, and in Siege nowadays it's pretty BB reliant. I don't really know why Supercell never nerfed BB. Even after the update, they did tons of balance changes, but BB wasn't touched, except for they actually buffed BB's other star power. But yeah, it's gonna wrap up this game. And now it's 3-2 in the series. Alright, so hop into the next match here. It's on Triple Dribble, Brawl. And you'll see, again, we went with the Carl comp, in which, I don't know, I guess we kind of still talking about Carl. Maybe we shouldn't have done it, but we did kind of counter their comp with a Shelly. I did a pretty good job picking up Keith there, the old auto-aim battle. Felly has a decent bubble there. He gets 2 people. And you see I almost scored there, I just didn't quite pull it out. I maybe could have pulled off a little longer, I don't really know, but it's hard to tell in situations like that. Sorry if I sound a little sick, guys. I've been kind of a little under the weather lately. So Felly's doing a good job keeping Keith back there. He tries to get the bubble bounce back, so he kind of missed it. Still hit him once though, so it wasn't like a terrible bubble. And see me and him, we kind of getting up from the rows there, but since the super is kind of OP, you didn't really take him out. At this point, we're kind of in a bad spot because they got Rose and a Poco coming down with the ball close to our net. So obviously you have to be wary of that. But since we have like a Shelly and a BB, they can both knock them back pretty good. That like it's not the worst spot for us. Krang does manage to take out Felly with that heal, and now we're just trying to hold off as long as possible. Tyrant does come in and take out me. Since I'm down at this point, we really have no hope. Felly does hit the knockback, but like no one's alive to like follow up with it. So, oh, I guess they did come out and catch it. I guess they kind of threw it there. I don't really know what they were doing. They definitely could have scored that for sure. But and now it's just like trying to get out of the spot. I get a decent super on Keith and Crying there, but Crying just heals him back up. Philly had a really good bubble, as you see. Like he took out Keith and got his bubble back. Whenever you like throw your bubble and get it back, you know it was really good. I think it's the same thing with any super, to be honest. Philly has another really nice bubble, so he gets it back again. He throws another one. However, I got hit off the ball there. Like if I didn't get hit by that, I definitely could have scored that. You saying let Tyrant come in over to my lane. I don't really know why he did that, but if Tyrant didn't come kill me there, we definitely would have scored. And that's really went wrong right there. This entire game, that play. And then on the defense here, like we're still not in a bad spot. Usain goes on the Poco, which is a good play. Like as Carl used to super on the squishies and get up close to him and do lots of damage. Better pick us off a wall because you know that like they can't do anything to you. We take out Keith there, and now it's Tyrant. And now it's just all up to him. It's in overtime. I think we have the slight overtime comp advantage because they have a Rosa, even though the Poco's like obviously really in overtime because it's that widespread. Now at this point, we're not looking too great. I do have my supers, so I just try to throw the ball out, get my kill, and try to get a kill. However, I get taken out, Philly gets taken out, and that's just you say with 1,000 health, round 1, nothing really could do. So that's gonna be that, and we'll hop into the next game here. Alright, so the next map was Double Swoosh. We started with Bow Mid and Spike and 8-bit lanes. I really like this comp. You have pretty similar comp. I don't know why I didn't go with 8-bit. 8-bit's really OP in this map because you see the lane, it's lane like 3 or 4 tiles long. So it's really hard to get through without being hit by 8-bit. And Tyrant's obviously gonna have advantage of me early game, but once I get my turret, like if I hit him with one burst, he'll like pretty much be dead. So I'm just trying to charge up my super and like not lose my lane too bad for now. We are down 4-1 in gems, but it's not that big of a deal because I think our comp's kind of later game. Just trying to get that turret up. I'm doing a pretty good job keeping him back now, but Usain also doing a pretty good job in his lane. Spike versus Carl. Prime Man does get down to 500 health right there. Usain kind of tapped him a little. Didn't quite take him out. He does go up for these gems here, and he wasn't weak. So he walks over that mine. He was taken out. Oh, it's just me and Usain versus Keith. And we have that turret up there. You see Usain just doing so much damage. We managed to take all the gems, and now this game's looking pretty good for us. Because they come through our 8-bit turret, and you see like I just hit Tyrant like I don't know, with like 3 shots, and he's already like almost dead. So I think we played really well this game. I think crying through when he went up for that 1 gem, he got tapped on the mine. But I don't know if he knew their mines there or not. But GG's. Now at this point in the series, I think we needed 1 more game to win. I think it was like 4-3 on games. So this game is obviously really important for us. Now once again, Piper and Jean were banned, so we couldn't play those brawlers on this map. So it kind of only left us with like 3 obvious choices of brawlers to play. You see, I'm on the Penny, Feli on the Brock, and Usain on the Tick. And I think we're all pretty good at these brawlers. I think Usain played really well on Tick in this tournament, for sure. And you see they got the first star, which honestly nowadays, and Bounty used to matter a lot, but now Bounty's kind of like a lot more aggressive. I think just like the meta nowadays, like Piper and Jean, well, even though they're not in this, I don't know, they're not like, obviously not in this because they're banned, but just like the Bounty meta in general, like it's a lot more aggressive because those 2 brawlers being good. And now we're just kind of filling each other out, just trying to get supers. Usain gets taken out, and he does charge Tyrant super. I'm just trying to get my super charged up. However, I get tapped too. At this point, there's only a minute left. They're down by 3, so we obviously have to make something happen soon. Keith does waste his Tick head, and Usain has his Crying just sitting there with his super. He probably should have used it there. I don't really know if there'd be a better spot. And now we kind of all got them backed up in the corner, which at this point, we got 40 seconds left and we're all backed up. So we're actually feeling pretty confident about this, even though we don't have the lead. They do kind of push us back a little, don't really know what happened, but we kind of push them right back into their spawn. And now Feli's doing pretty good at hitting shots. I do kind of get tapped. At this point, 20 seconds left. Now we have to make something happen. You see Crying's trapped in that corner, a little weak. Feli has a nice ult. He takes him out. Now I need 1 more kill. And we just back up. You see Usain wins the battle against Keith. Feli taps him. So he made a really nice play right there. At this point, they can't really do anything. We need to take the lead and a tournament. And that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was pretty OP tournament. Shout out to Spider for hosting it and Mobile Map for sponsoring. And yeah, see you next time, guys.